All I'm saying, next time, bring the evidence. All you do, you come here on corruption. Just here. Next time you come here, bring your I am not talking about that. I'm talking about you in 2024, December, saying there's corruption. Bring it.
Let me ask you this question. I would like to ask the AG to propose legislation for what we call small claims court. There are lots of poor people, so an example you just gave, that they have issues with others and sometimes with large firms, but the lawyer fee is greater than the fee you're claiming.
It is their
right.
I'm right. The right that someone has. All of our rights exist in context.
What is the context of a second medical opinion?
Because you're disrespecting the process.
No.
Jesus, this is common sense, man.
Any situation which you seem to do, you're just dealing with Afro-Guyanese issues. If one, you can't bring and pull the leaders of the African community together, you're failing. And if two, you can't put forward a future, a blueprint, and a plan for African Guyanese, you're failing as well.
Hi there. Pleasant Monday evening to you. Just in case you missed last Monday edition, we have switched from Friday to Monday for the call-ins to accommodate the Seventh-day Adventist position of Leonard Craig. Seventh-day Adventist, in case you do not know, after Friday 6 o'clock, they are bounded by church restrictions not to engage in secular activities. I hope I'm putting it over correctly. So we will have the call-ins on Mondays and we will have the guests on Fridays. We exchange it. So this is our second Monday edition call-in. As you know, it was nomination day. And as you see from our description, we are talking about the abysmal, unadulterated, unmitigated, atrocious failure of the racism of David Hinds. Now, for the past 5 years, since the PPP came into power in August, David Hinds has been batting away poisonously, insanely about the government, and he has embedded that anti-government insanity in a racial envelope, that this country is African Guyanese versus an Indian government. And every one of his sermons is to rally African Guyanese around African Guyanese, African leaders. He then takes a strange position, which of course is obnoxious, in which he said that as a policy, black people, right? Black people should address each other, talk to each other. The narratives from black people must be about black people. Extraneous ethnic communities have no right to talk about African Guyanese, whether as a race, an African organization, or individually. When an African woman from this party, the WPA, said some damnifying racial, culturally insensitive things about the East Indian race, and PNC parliamentarian Geeta Chandan objected, he called her a slave catcher. When we raised that insult on this program, he defended it by saying, do not push your mouth in black people business. So what is David Hinds telling Azruddin Mohamed? Because on nomination day, when we show you the videos, you will see Azruddin Mohamed is asking African Guyanese to vote for him. And quite a number of African Guyanese had participated in the nomination march of Azruddin Party to hand in his list at the Umanayana. Now, video evidence has taken the rule of law to a very impeccable level, and I stretch the word impeccable. No genius defense lawyer can get you off, no matter what, if the evidence is there that you committed the offense and it's in video form, that the light said red, and here was your car, PQQQ or what have you, driving through the red light. You cannot escape the hand of the law if you are with a piece of wood hitting and breaking the windscreen of a parked car. The video evidence is there. No genius of a lawyer can get you off. What the lawyer can do is persuade the judge or the magistrate not to be draconian in the sentencing. That is what is called the impeccability of video evidence. Go to any one of David Hinds' social media outlet. I think he does it maybe every night, 4 times a night. And you will see the constant appeal. The African Guyanese to stick with their leadership. And any African Guyanese, including co-host Leonard Craig, who move away and is associated with another ethnic group, he has a whole set of insults for them. Look at the people surrounding Azruddin Mohamed. Against 5 years of David Hinds telling black people they must only follow black leaders. When they buy black pudding, it must only be from a black vendor. Operator, please show the 2 clips. Look at those personalities. Take a very good look at those personalities. Right, that's the party headed by an Indian man with a Muslim name. Those people you saw there were 97% African Guyanese. What happened to David Hinds' sermons the past 5 years? I will tell you what happened to David Hinds' sermon. Those people that were there, those are mentally sane people that think logically. They made a choice that they want to go with Azruddin Party. People are decent human beings. You have a small percent of people who rob and kill people and extremist racists. But people are rational beings who rationalize their own interests. Those African Guyanese that we just show you are not stupid, misplaced people. They are people who in their own mind rationalize their politics as it relates to them, look at the Guyana and say, I want to go with this party. I don't care if it's a Chinese man, an Indian man, a Palestinian man. That analysis I did of my interests leads me to that organization. So African Guyanese going to the nomination march of Azruddin Mohamed has nothing to do with them being black people and they must march in a party that is led by black people. Humans do not think like that except Wickford Burke, David Hinds, Takuma Ogunse, and unfortunately Aubrey Norton has bought in to that degenerate mis-philosophy, and it's going to cost him tremendously. I have done a number of columns on Norton since he became leader of the party, and I'm going home this evening and look for a particular one in which I said he's one of the stalwarts of the PNC who fought many leaders of the PNC and he endured. And ironically, after September the 2nd, Norton is the one, the least PNC leader you expect, the least PNC stalwart you expect to bury the PNC. How ironic. With that long introduction, we have our call-ins. Please pick up the phone. That's our WhatsApp number. Before you call, over to Leonard Craig.
Yeah, Freddie, I just want to make a quick comment on that. Long ago, weeks ago, when Azruddin was threatening to become a presidential candidate, I never liked him because I saw him as on a quest for revenge.
Just a playboy.
Yeah, on a quest for revenge. And I don't know how Norton and company, including the AFC, I wrote a caustic column against the AFC for meeting with Mohamed. But I don't know how these people couldn't see that Mohamed was coming to eat from their plate. They thought that when he came and his new arrival, that he would pull a lot of the support base of the PPP, and then they would triumph. So what they did, they more or less promoted Mohamed. They more or less promoted him. They went and they met with him and explore ways. Even Amansa Walton, when she launched her party, she was asked a pointed question if she will go and try to pursue a relationship with Mohamed. And she didn't pointedly say, look, Mohamed doesn't align with. She said, nothing is off the words to the effect that nothing is off the table, that we will see whose views align with ours and we'll work with that. And so all of these things, comments from Norton, they're saying that PPP afraid of Mohamed, so that is why they're pursuing him and all of that. And all of these acts together has given Mohamed greater life than he should have had. And then what is happening, instead of eating from the PPP's table, they end up eating from APNU's table. And so everybody now have a feeding frenzy at PNC's table. So very large crossover. And I'm not just talking about activists, very large crossover of activists, but also very large crossover of ordinary voting Guyanese have moved from PNC, APNU over to the PPP. Now we are seeing with Mohamed the momentum. You look in Region 7, whose stronghold is that? And Mohamed went to Region 7 and garnered large crowd and large support. And that is not a PPP stronghold. PPP has not won Region 7 in the last, 3 or 4, last 5 elections or more. Then you have, he went to Linden and Kokwani and got major support, and that is not a PPP stronghold. He went to Denamstel.
I saw the Denamstel thing, I saw the Linden. You have that on your phone. All we have to do is give the operator it.
No, well everybody has been seeing that on Facebook.
I like some of our
what
viewers to see it.
Viewers probably already know. But the thing is, these huge crowds that Mohamed is getting, even in the Amerindian areas that he went to in Region 1.
PPP.
The Amerindian areas that he went to in Region 1 and attract these large crowds are Amerindian districts that largely supported the PNC. And I do not know, the only person, to his credit though, who gets it by now is Rickford Burke.
Yeah, he's been abusive to
and he apparently only realized that a few days ago. But prior to that, the way how they shape up around, I've seen Sherrod Duncan promoted Mohamed, and I'm saying these people understand what they're doing? Because what they're doing, you see, Mohamed got a couple of things going for him. A couple of things going for him, and let me just explain. And the things he has going for him are the things that attract inner city youths. He got a clean cut, handsome guy, clean cut, he wears nice suit and so on. I have never been close to him, but I'm just guessing. Based on his economic status, he probably smells very good as well. And people are attracted to that celebrity type of image that he has. And he has expensive cars, Lamborghini, whatever. He got a slight bad boy image to him based on certain accusation that are being made of him. He got a behind that clean cut, don't mess with me. Don't mess, exactly. And those things are attractive to inner city youths. And the inner city youths of Georgetown are largely Africans. The inner city youths of Linden are largely Africans. The ones of New Amsterdam, largely Africans. They are inner city youths of Corriverton. They are more mixed because Corriverton has a large Indian population. So you're going to get a 60-40 or a 50-50 kind of with respect to the racial demographic. But basically that is APNU support base being eaten into.
But there's another thing that we need to tell our viewers, especially those from the diaspora, they may not know. He was very actively behind the scene with the Adriana Young tragedy. Mm-hmm. Now, for example, the mother said, I haven't seen Darren Wade. Darren Wade posts things on Facebook 1 million times a day. And I haven't seen Darren Wade respond to Adriana Young's mother. I know he responded to Ben Chop, bringing people on his program that said things about him, Darren Wade. But I'm sure you have it, the way, just as I saw it, in which Adriana's mother said that Azruddin gave her $6,000 US, which she gave Darren Wade for the Darren Wade, I think, secured the services of a pathologist. Now, let me get this clear before Darren Wade tried to sue me. I don't know if that lady is telling the truth. I don't accept her position. I have no evidence that what she's saying is the truth. What I know she did, and this doesn't concern Darren Wade, I don't know if she's telling the truth. I have no evidence that she is telling the truth. But she said that about Darren Wade. I don't know if you have seen Darren Wade's reaction to that. Has he rejected it and say, no, I never took any $6,000 offer. But what is the issue here is not Darren Wade, is that she said Azruddin Mohamed gave her the money, which means he was behind the scenes. Why would he just make a one-off payment of $6,000 when this matter was stretching out for months? So is it possible that he financed the trip abroad for them, etc.? Have you got
no, go ahead. Yeah. Finish your thought.
No, but that's what I want to say, that he probably got support from what Terence Campbell and Nigel Hughes called squarepegs in the Adrian Young thing. He was probably very active behind the scenes. But let's see what our callers have to say.
Okay, guys, you could go ahead and
but I hope I'm waiting to see after this.
Hi there, good evening. You're onto the program.
Hi, how are you guys? All right. I looked at the nomination, the videos and whatever, and I have to call out for you. Some time ago, I would have called out one of the so-called supporters or the so-called businessman of Guyana, a guy named Harbhajan Singh, who was deported from the US, and Freddie jumped on me, and I was crawling all over my head when I was trying to identify who was Harbhajan Singh. Well, Freddie, he has proven to you who he is now. He's a bloodsucker.
Who's Harbhajan Singh?
He is a
Harbhajan
Singh from County, who's now supporting.
He's not
Oh, that man
Singh.
from Bobby is Harbhajan.
Yeah,
Yes.
Gobin
Gobin Harbhajan. Harbhajan Singh is the cricketer.
Sorry, Google Harbhajan, sorry. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, but because I was so emotional, I have the names wrong. Freddie came into me and no, Bob, you can't do this, man. No, leave the man alone.
I can't remember in any program something involving Harbhajan. I know somebody called and spoke in the name of
Harbhajan. Freddie, and it was you and Leonard. It was you and Leonard, and I was trying to expose this guy.
That's
true. Climb into me.
That's 3 years ago.
But
that's 3 years ago. Gildavi left the program 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
but I'm telling you, well, okay, my memory is not short, but I know what I was talking then. I know what I'm talking now.
But sir, we on this program do not like too much character reference of people. Just let's deal with an issue and Harbhajan's
hold on. Did you say character reference or something? Did you use the word character reference or something?
No, I didn't say reference. In other words, let me explain. We don't too much like people bringing down or commenting too much on other people's character.
What is bringing down when we are talking the facts about people? What are you talking about?
But all I'm saying to you is that is unimportant to the issues. Let me just talk with the issue and move on.
And you know what, guys? I'm emotional, and I'll just leave it as it is, because I know you guys love Freddie Kissoon, but I'll leave it as it is. Bye.
Maliki, you want to go. Good evening, on to the program. The person got cut off, maybe connection problem. That was a call from overseas. Freddie, I don't like the concept of character assassination. The fact that Harbhajan was deported from the US, I think, is well known around the country. And that shouldn't stop him from his political activism. Good evening, you're on to the program.
Hi, good night.
Hey.
Hi, good night to you and Freddie. I'm happy I get out to the program.
Hey, sir.
I've been looking at our program for long as well.
Mm-hmm.
For the past couple of weeks, I've noticed y'all have gone into an attacking mood. And the previous caller just talked about you tell the caller the term, y'all don't like call name and get onto people's character. Mm-hmm. But for me and my observation, that is what you and Freddie have been doing. Freddie have been very attacking on a lot of people. And you have not stopped him at any moment.
Hold on. I won't allow you to say that. We attack what people do politically, not the fact that a person things concerning the personal and family situation. But if a person comes in the public and they say something
but wait,
silly
wait,
or what
but
have
there's
you,
another-
that is what we
But
attack.
Craig only been on one program last Monday. And what do you talk about? Craig allowed Freddie and his stuff. There wasn't no program.
Freddie Kissoon was saying, listen to me now.
There wasn't no program last week in which I attacked anybody, so Craig could have stopped me. Which program you saw last week?
Why you don't interject? Why you don't when you assassinating? You talking just about David Hinds? You talking about Mohamed? You talking about people scraping? You talking about Martin? You're not talking about Ali and Jack View.
Sir,
We know like you was a PPP surrogate.
So
But
you
let me
want-
finish.
Sir.
Last week you said no. Minutes ago you hear me?
sir,
Minutes ago, you said that people who are today's representation of WIN, you said these people are not bad people, they are not insane, they are objective. And last week, you said, Freddie Kissoon, that those who support Azruddin vote him should go to the madhouse.
It's too,
Remember?
it's too
You're
different.
contradicting yourself
You
on your
answered
program.
that.
Remember, a lot of people look in your program. And
You want me to answer?
influence people.
You want me to answer that?
You already
What-
answered that.
what
I have
vo-
always looked at you
What
as an intelligent
are you
man.
going to? Are you
Today,
going? You're talking about Freddie
let him
Kissoon.
finish and
You're
then
not
you
gonna let
answer.
me talk.
You have
think
been
you should
talking
let
all the
him
time,
finish.
Fred. You like that.
I haven't been talking to you. You talking to me, so I have to
You have
respond to
been
you.
talking to you have been talking to me all the time, and other people who have been listening to your
I am
program.
speaking
you
to
are talking
you.
To me, I have
Look,
my
look,
TV
look,
on.
Peter,
I'm listening to you.
that's why I say let him
How you
finish.
better than
and
not
then you
listening?
talk. All right, boss.
Listen, let me
You
finish.
got another point
Couple
you want to
weeks
make?
ago- No. A couple of weeks ago, you said on the program, and you started to assassinate.
You said that again, and I'm explaining. Listen, you're not going to allow the host to respond to you. Well, I'm going to give you. I am going to give you a couple seconds.
It is his right.
Just complete your thought. Just complete your thought. Let me hear
You
what you're gonna
finished?
say.
Remember, a couple weeks, I've been looking at the program.
Let
A couple
me
weeks
hear you
ago,
saying.
you was in the program, and you asked blatantly said in this program, without Freddie saying, buddy, you're talking wrong things. You said that is when Azruddin Mohamed and his father get sanctioned. You said that is when Azruddin came out on the open and started doing charitable work. Where were you at time? Were you sleeping?
You said that.
You haven't seen Mohamed Azim all over this country. He was giving kites to all the nursery school children. He was giving gifts. He was giving all the schools. Him to the police.
All right.
He donated.
You finished?
Where were you? Were
So,
you sleeping?
finished?
all right. So that
You
is
need to
your.
come out of that slumber and
Listen,
stop
who you
talking.
think you are that you could keep talking? Wait.
No,
Who you think you are?
I
It's not
respect it.
necessary.
Respect it.
No, but
I
why
have
you think
respect
you
for
could keep on
I have
talking? And
Freddie,
you
I have a lot
using
of
this
respect
book.
for you.
Look.
All right, buddy.
I've been
Look,
listening to
okay,
you.
sir.
All right,
Thank
you've
you.
made your point. You've made
Okay,
your
you
point.
made your
You
point.
are an intelligent man.
Freddie.
No, you can't.
No,
You
no.
can't allow somebody to manipulate the platform like that. It's
No.
clear that he don't want to listen and have a conversation.
No,
You see somebody Azruddin put up.
Again, I'm saying there are two different things, talking about what people do in the public space and information that is in the public space regarding somebody as against going into people's personal life. It's two different
gotta
things. Good evening, you're onto the program.
Hello?
Good evening.
Freddie.
Hello?
Freddie.
Hello. Yeah. So I think people think, okay, what we said about David Hinds tonight, for example, is a criticism of what he said in a public space. We didn't nobody didn't talk about David Hinds,
Family and
and his personal business and you know. Good evening. You're on the program.
Personal good evening to you and your
Co-host.
two
Yeah.
hosts. I want to start off by saying that I'm very happy that we're not that we way past the slavery times. And in the prehistoric times, we people that fought for slavery, to free the slaves. And I'm happy that we're not in that time, because when you look at the politicians that we have today, if those were the people that was fighting to free the slaves, we would have never come out of slavery. Because when you look at people who are this year they're in one party, and then next year they're another party, then the other election they're another party. They don't have the mental fortitude to hold the line and stand their ground. They don't believe in certain things. One time, this party is a bad party, and then the same bad party, they jump and down with the party the next time. So these people are only singing for their own personal supper. They're not there representing the constituent, because how can you represent people this week, and then when the election people come up, they go over to the other side? So this is all I have to say about that. But I want to say that every single Guyanese have a right to contest the election. And I don't appreciate the way this program has been attacking Mr. Mohamed. Because, like every other Guyanese PPP, these people, this guy has come out, and the people like supporting this fellow. If the people want him, if the people to be elected leader of this country, it is the people have to vote for you. And if people, the majority of the people want a particular individual, not one of us has any right to bring down that individual.
So does that mean we should not have an opinion?
Yeah, you could have an opinion.
And isn't it an opinion that we express?
No. Based upon what I've been hearing, for example, Freddie had said a previous program that if anybody wants to vote for Mohamed, they should go in the madhouse.
And why do you have the right to say that?
No,
So
but that was but sir, that was in context. Hold on, sir, please hold on.
I believe Azruddin is a dangerous person to the Guyana system based on what the United States has done to him and is investigating him. Why I can't say somebody is mentally unstable to vote for such a person? Why I can't say that?
In context, in comparison to. It wasn't an absolute statement. It was in comparison to.
Why I'm not entitled to say? I believe in what I said.
All right, yeah. You may be right. So maybe me and others may be mentally unstable. Because so if now I am to say that Freddie may be mentally unstable because Freddie just see some things that doesn't make absolutely no sense.
Yeah, but you're entitled to that, sir.
I know, but I will not do that deep. I will not cross that down.
Yeah, but all I'm saying to you, you're entitled to feel that way about Freddie.
Okay, sir. But Mr. Fred, I want to address a particular matter with you, because sometimes on the Friday programs when the cousin was around, you were not present, but I heard some views that you would have given, where you would have posited a view that a party, when they win, they should find jobs for the people when they win.
I believe strongly in that.
That is common sense.
I believe strongly in that, and unapologetically.
That is common sense, sir.
So you were saying, Mr. Craig,
yes.
You're saying, Craig, that when a party wins, the people who are there with the job, I'm not speaking about political appointments, because you have people there in the job, you have people there who are working, who would have built a career.
No, I am not talking about
people
displacing anybody. People. You could listen to me.
No, but you will get your job.
No. That is not so. I've been in the system. I know the system, and I know that you can provide jobs to people without displacing other people. I know that for sure. It exists in Guyana. It exists in Trinidad. It exists in America. It exists everywhere.
You talk about ministerial work.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So here, when a man climb up a post for 3 months during the election campaign.
I'm giving Mr. Craig because you just be outrageous at time. I'm addressing.
No. You got to speak to both of us, sir.
No, you want to speak to you? Let him speak to you.
Well, Mr. Craig, Mr. Craig, I understand what you say, but I think that is one of the reasons why the politicians are jumping ship based upon the positivity.
Look, sir. I also said on this program, right? And you gotta be fair to me in your comment. I also said on this program that I gave testimony. Granger had a commission of inquiry into the public service, and I gave testimony. And my testimony that I gave at the public service, I gave recommendation, and I said that the size of the ministry, each ministry, based on strength, number of the amount of money you spend on salary, and the number of person in the ministry have a quota where the minister could directly hire people and they got specific function, but they cannot exceed a quota either in salary or in number of people, so that the pressure that some ministers feel, because I will admit that sometimes parties do that, displace some people because they feel pressured to place their people. But that is not what it do happen. It happened under APNU AFC. It happened under Manning government. It happened under the PPP. It happened under Trump. It happened under Biden. But I am saying to lessen that pressure, let's enshrine it in law that there is a quota, that the minister has certain range. And so because it's enshrined in law, you no longer need to displace people. And so it's a cogent position I am presenting, because I strongly believe that when you work with a party and the party attains office, the party needs to look around for placement for its people. Strongly believe in that unapologetically.
I said before, it's common sense. It's a part of modern civilized politics.
This is why Ghana will not get better.
And
that's the way the world goes, boss.
Not Guyana.
Further to that, the theory that you learn at university tells you that in the government structure there is something called a spoil system and there's something called a merit system. The public service was set up as a merit system, and when you win government, you have to divide the spoils of government. Which means
anything else, sir? I mean, I don't think we should be debating something that is a normal part of.
And it is contained, sir. It is also contained.
I think there are other callers that want to get you. You can't say we didn't stifle you. You had your say. Let's move on. There are other people who want to get you.
All right, buddy. Take care.
I don't know.
That he is talking about is also enshrined.
Did you see who's the head of the FBI?
Is also enshrined in academic theory.
Did you see who's the head? Trump is firing. Trump, he shouldn't direct his remark to Guyana. He should direct his remark to Trump. Trump is putting party people, Republican people in the civil service.
Hello. You're onto the program.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, sir.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, good evening. You're onto the program.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, sir. You're onto the program. We're hearing you. Are you hearing us?
Yes.
But go on. Go on.
I just want to add that the opposition is so delusional. They're in this state of delusion. They think they can buy incumbency. They think they could buy incumbency they think they could buy the seat of office by spreading this negative narrative. Hello?
Yes, you just go ahead, sir.
By spreading this negative, delusional narrative.
Hello?
Yes.
But sir, could you continue,
He
please?
probably got his TV on or something, so and it's confusing him.
Hello?
Yes. I was initially stating that, good night, by the way. I was initially stating that the opposition parties think they can buy incumbency
Okay.
by spreading this delusional narrative. A narrative of, we're going to do this for you, we're going to do that for you. By selling this wild dream. They're selling this wild dream. However, what I want to point out clearly, and this is what the Win Party has demonstrated very clearly, it is demonstrated that the youth, especially the black youth, are in this sad state of delusion, thinking that they could have prosperity overnight. The reason why they have this delusional thinking is because their leaders have failed them. Their leaders not only have failed them, but they don't have anyone to look up to as a leader. So that's why anybody now could come and say, oh, we're going to give you this and we're going to give you that, promising them as pie in the sky, and they're going to jump onto that bandwagon, which is a very, very sad reality. And the next their finale government, they need to understand that they have to reach out to the black youth. They have to have a more positive impact when it comes to the black youth, in empowering the black youth, in inspiring the black youth to bring this country together. And they will have a beautiful opportunity. They will have a strong opportunity to do so.
Okay, sir. Thanks for your contribution. Hi, good evening. You're on the program.
A very good evening to you, sir. I just wanted to share two things alone. I know we're in the campaign mood and we're in an election season. However, I have some concern as a citizen of this country and as a contractor and a business person. The first thing I would like to know that the new government or the government who will take office is they use the procurement system as law. I don't know if it is law, but it should be used as a law where the contractors that get in at one ministry, you don't get a $50 million contract. And then you go into another ministry, you got 5 ministries or 6 ministries. You bid. And you bid them with 800 or something million. And these contracts that you get, one and even finish. And you done got 2 and 3 and 4 contracts from different ministries. And I have other contractors that went through the same bidding process, pay for the same stuff. And you heard that X, Y, and Z get it. Okay. I would like to know who is involved in the procurement system here.
All right, you get a second question or comment?
Yeah, no. There's one I would like to see that. When a contractor get a contract at the ministry, he must be able to finish that contract before he get another contract. Right? There's one. Secondly, here was my other concern. My other concern is that I know, and nobody is not stupid, we are not blind as a Guyanese people. There is much has been done under this government here. And I should salute them as a citizen of this country. However, there is still much more to be done. There is much more work to be done in the judiciary that we still got two persons absent from the judiciary, even though that we have persons acting for how many years. Those systems need to fix. We cannot have our law enforcement institution, one supposed to be one of the strongest institutions in this country, is the Guyana Police Force. And we got skullduggery going on. We cannot afford that in a country that is on a rise, a country that is booming, a country that is at the top of the game. We gotta got A1 security in our country, and to go from the head right down. If the head time up, we gotta use somebody else. We cannot continue with this under the new government. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks for your contribution. Freddie, what are we doing about this leopard behind me, man?
What was that?
The leopard behind me. What are we doing with the leopard?
Oh, this that's not a leopard. I didn't see it on the screen. That's a tiger.
I'm just joking, buddy.
That's a tiger. Yeah. Well, so our number is 676-3681. Call in and share your views. There's so much to talk about in politics the past month. We're in the campaign season. We have 1 month, 2 weeks more to go before elections.
Good evening. You're onto the program.
Hi, good evening, sir. With the current scenario, with the new boy on the block, T. Mohamed, it is a situation where the players got played. In that the players, the UPNO AFC primarily, think they're using T. Mohamed to garner votes from the incumbent. Now, what they found out, that these guys get a touch of the political field. And he now, let's say he's feeding, and who is feeding off? He's feeding off the constituent of UPNO AFC. And I think they're getting to realize that if you look at the crowd that he's drawing, it is not traditionally PPP area, it is from the opposition. Now, some folks from the opposition, apparently they've seen the light. If you notice, Burke, David Hinds, probably Duncan, they're now talking out about it. Say they're now, these were the people who used to push him up. But now when they realize they get played, they're trying to spin the ball around. Now,
before you go, yeah, I don't have a smartphone, and I'm not on Facebook. People send me things. I know Burke attacked him. You said David Hinds attacked him too?
Yeah, David Hinds was talking about the same along the racial lines.
Oh, I got to see it.
Yeah, and probably if he didn't do it directly, he did Ian Ford.
And so it was a subtle attack on Azruddin Mohamed. Okay.
Yeah, in terms of the following.
Yeah, okay. When was that? Yesterday or today?
No, I can't remember when, but it about.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, now the opposition seen the light. I think it might need them, because when we look now at the crowds, and when we look at even today, look at the reaction. And honestly, I'm very sorry in terms of PNC, in terms of a political party of that statue, seeming to be falling so quickly. The other thing I want to talk about is why don't we move off from people physically submitting lists and moving and letting people party submit the list via the email system? Look at the confusion what this thing is causing. Look at the tension we're creating. Look at the chaos.
I think we should stop that in 2030.
Yeah, we should. We gotta start talking about it now. We can't wait till 23rd to talk
And
about
I
it.
think
We gotta start talking about it now.
Yeah, one of the suggestions I have is when the parties submit their names and their symbols, you spread it out a week and alphabetically. Like today, it could have been parties that got the words A, B, C in them.
Yeah.
Then on Tuesday, I don't think, and it's only 8-2.
Exactly.
No.
You might not be able to do it over several days because
But
the election cycle.
as I said before, Freddie and Greg, I'm sorry to
Yeah,
state
it
that.
could be more than one day, though.
Yeah, you could do it. We could spread it out, man. We living in a
Yeah,
look at the amount of man hours. Look,
I don't understand why it can't be.
look at the amount of man hours people lost in work today. You can't tell me how many people who are working on the road don't work.
No, I think it's something that the parties, especially the larger parties, I think it's something they like to do. Because it gives them another day to campaign.
No, they don't act to them. They don't act to them.
GCOM and the police force. GCOM, the police force, and the government of Guyana. All three of them have to realize that there's serious dislocation. I was taking my wife to a birthday. Her friend had a birthday today at 12 o'clock. And you see the confusion of the city roundabout.
And the tension too, because a lot of people feel this tension when they see these various political groups get in so large crowd one place.
For example, I don't know, but I know you were invited. NCN invited me to be on the street and invited Craig too, so we can give comment. And then they were advised to cancel it because we could be assaulted. Imagine I'm on the road giving a comment on the nomination, and some people in one party may not like me and hurl something at me. I think they cancel it. Didn't they cancel it?
Something like that,
Yeah,
we got to move on. We got to move on. I think that system, the physical system, would have gone was served its purpose. We got to move on.
Well, I think the way to do it is more than one day. So
we could do.
Yeah, those parties that names got A, B, C, D, E, F.
Ready.
They have a day.
We living in Guyana. We know. Sorry to cut you there. We living in Guyana. We know how we Guyanese is moved. If I'm supporting X party and my party is not authorized to go there Wednesday, I can still go there Wednesday with me group for show taunt and them thing. So we got to move off the physical thing, man. Let the people submit the list via email, and then I no problem. They got email trail. You can't say this is not the list to submit.
But you can't submit your list via email to chief.
No, I think.
Should we move toward that?
I don't see why I wouldn't support that. I would support something like that. There are several ways other than email, though. You could get forms. You could get online forms and things like that.
Exactly, you do it online. You do it somewhere online, and just when I say email, it doesn't mean email.
Why the physical thing is necessary, though, is that no, you gotta have backers, as we call it, or nominators of the list. People who gotta put their ID and physically sign to say that they nominate and support the list.
We understand that, but it didn't call for.
So I'm just saying that is what is in the law.
How much norms are required?
And then they got to do it.
No, but Craig, that could be arranged. That could be arranged.
I am saying, I don't say not. I agree with you, but I am saying that until that aspect of the law is changed, it has to be submitted physically.
Okay.
Right? Because you got to change the law first. Otherwise, if you don't submit it physically and the signature is there to be seen that this person signed as a backer.
Yeah, we understand the hard copy part. We understand the hard copy part. But we could do the two affidavit and that kind of thing, man. There's not no big scientific, there's not no nuclear thing we dealing with.
I don't know why from 8 to 2, one day, is allowed for 20-something parties to hand in their list. What is What is logistically wrong? What is bureaucratically wrong with it being 2 or 3 days?
Exactly. You can't, because this thing is a big confusion. How much people have got to work today? And if it was a school, enough people want to send their kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, okay, thanks for the
all right, buddy.
time, man. Yeah, okay, enjoy the week.
I mean, now that he has raised that, GCOM, of course, you got recommendations by the observers.
Mm-hmm.
The GCOM should, but I think, Leonard, I think we're going into this Carter formula. Anyway, you have a call. I was talking about the Carter formula.
On GCOM?
Yeah, that we need maybe to move on.
Good evening, you're onto the program.
Good night. I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
The Elder Mohamed organized a protest at Coffee Square against the American government when they were killing the Palestinian people. And I know a sanction was coming on them. Somehow a sanction was coming on them. So there's nothing to do with this gold smuggling. It's because the Mohammeds organized a protest.
No,
right.
that's wrong.
Okay.
That's
all right. You have another point that that's
not fact. That's not fact. That is not factual, sir.
That's erroneous.
I was in that same situation.
So that is not factual.
I protest the American embassy and they cancel my visa because of that.
That is not factual. When the Palestinian protest started, okay, the sanctions were already in place.
Yes.
That is not factual.
No, Freddie.
I am telling you, I know that. All you have to do is go online and check it when they were sanctioned.
Freddie,
you got another point?
When I saw Mohammed was organized that protest, I say a sanction coming for them. I'm afraid you're wrong. I'm afraid you are wrong. Against the killing of the Palestinians.
I'm afraid.
All right, sir.
So,
any other point? You're making one point over and over.
Right. Any other point?
Okay, I finish with that. So nothing to do with the Mohammed smuggling gold. It's because of the protests.
Okay,
sir.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. For our viewers who heard that call, that is factually incorrect. The sanctions against Mohammed occurred before the protests of the killing of the Palestinians. I know that because I spoke at 4 of those rallies.
And
go on.
Added to that, I think more than a year prior to the sanctions. Good evening, sir. You're onto the program.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Craig and Mr. Freddie Kissoon. I've listened to a few callers before me, and one caller, he was referring to the majority of the Win Party support base as in a delusional state of mind. I mean, to a far extent, yes, but I don't think so entirely. I think that the last APNU AFC government, during the 5 years, would have stifled youth, especially black youth. I mean, look at the 5 years. The last 5 years of the Finale government. We would have seen an almost 1,400 new contractors, and most of whom are young Afro-Guyanese. That wasn't the reality under the Granger government. The Granger government explicitly said to the public that the government responsibility is not to create jobs. I could recollect that or recall that. However, I think the reason why Mohammed would have able to garner that amount of it. And you can see some mercy from the APFC faction. Because if 217 persons voted for the APFC in 2020, the last election, I don't think APNU will be able to get even 150,000. However, I'm seeing a resounding PPPC victory. Have a blessed night.
Everybody, thanks for coming through. Yeah, the point I was making about the sanctions, there was a Reuters report many months, more than a year
long before the Palestinian thing,
indicating a source saying that these sanctions are coming and the investigation is going on and all of that.
Before the Palestinian marches.
Welcome to the program. Hello? You have to turn on your TV.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, good evening. You're onto the program.
Yeah, good evening. About 4 months ago, me already done confirm that PPP win this election. This man, Chris Muscle, is the white man that come to Guyana, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was in Buxton. And the people them in Buxton, while he walking and thing, he got new road and thing, they're talking about the boss, right through. So me wanted to know who is the boss they're talking about. It was Irfan Ali they was talking about. Right?
Yeah.
If Buxton could change and almost 50% of the people or sometime more would change them mindset. Because Buxton normally used to be PNC. And if Buxton can change and if an Ali government can change Buxton, for sure PPP win this election by far. And Mohamed talking this, since me am a Muslim, and about 20 years ago, me never see the man. Me only hear about the man. The father used to do and maybe still doing a lot of charities, right? But this son come and destroy your father. And if he destroy your own father from some, imagine me a Muslim and this man used to do so much a thing for people.
Ease up on the in the internal family issue. Let me deal with what happened in the political space.
Yeah, my point is, right? My point is that you never know the man. And the man was doing so much of good for the Muslim community. And you never know the man. You may only hear the name, right? We never know the man. And when this son come about, and if he could destroy his own father empire, he would destroy Guyana in no time. If he was to become the president, that is my point. And the next thing I want to tell Mr. Freddie, seems that he like Irfan Ali so much. At least next time pronounce the man name good. He named Irfan Ali. Every time you say the man name, you say Irfan Ali. So just pronounce the man name good now, Irfan Ali.
All right.
You hear, Freddie? Irfan Ali, not Irfan. Good.
Yeah, thanks.
Good. We are gonna get the other man to say where it comes to when he call the man name wrong.
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
Irfan, you hearing me? Hi, Irfan. Irfan, I know you're going to win. Irfan Ali is going to win.
Yeah, as I was saying just now, so these things, these guys know, and I'm saying also that these guys hired, I think, a whole lobby firm to look into their let's switch. Personal call already. Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. You're on to the program.
Hello. You gotta lower your volume.
You got to turn down your
We're hearing the last speaker, not you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. My perspective on this election, I think a lot of people, a lot of commentators or I must say analysts, I think they're underestimating the Mohamed impact. When it was first touted that this guy was going to enter the political arena, people would have write him off. Right? They write him off, saying that, they write him off with low expectation as a nothing. But increasingly, he began to gather momentum, and I believe today nomination, I think a lot of people are shocked to see as a first timer for a party that just formed recently would have been able to attract such a turnout for his nomination. I can see that the party is inexperienced because the amount of pressure I saw the media putting on him and his people is that they're inexperienced. They're inexperienced of the party. But what matters is that people are anxious. Guyanese people have a tendency of they like new things. They like new things. Like KFC first come, when churches first come. People like new things. They like something fresh. And as even though Mohamed may lack certain way to eloquently put over himself to the public, to many men in the street that may not matter. Because you have people in the established party, both sides, the PP and the APNO, they can put over themselves well, but they're still doing a lot of struggles in the country. They can put over the policy, but then they're still thieving up the money. So, putting over yourself, because in Guyana, people don't really vote on policies. Because if people vote on policy in this country, a lot of people would not be in government. So policies are a big thing. Policy may be something for the established elite, but for the normal man in the street, they deal with bread and butter. I think Mohamed gets instruction because of the bread and butter issue. The way he communicated to people is that you're not getting enough, a lot of money is there. This is what people want to hear. Now, this election is going three-way. Those who are writing off Mohamed, and they're saying that they're going to be shocked after September 1 because they forget that the last two elections was just a one-seat difference. No party is going to be getting 50%. Yeah, PPP may win. They may win. And those who are saying that APNO is going to eat, Mohamed is going to eat away the APNO votes, there's three places APNO is going to be winning this election. People may make inroads into their area, but they will still win it. It's Region 4, Region 10, and Region 7. PP is going to win Region 6, Region 3, and Region 2. The difference is going to be the interlands. If Mohamed is going to get, which I believe he will, because when I watched the crowd today, people saying, but no votes, there was a lot of people from the interland out in Georgetown today. How they reached Georgetown, somebody has to ask a question. But if you assess the crowd, they were interland people in the city today. If Mohamed eat into the interland votes, which I believe he will, no party is getting 50%, and people better start dealing with that reality from now.
All right.
PUP not getting 50%. Over and out. Thank you.
if Mohamed turned out to be so, I think when the real momentum and the rubber hits the road, that Mohamed is going to take a lash, and if the PNC responds, Mohamed is going to take a lash. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening,
evening, Freddie.
to the program.
Hello?
You're onto the program.
Okay, I have one concern. I see earlier, I see the AG say that they have a volume of evidence to prosecute this guy, Azruddin Mohamed, but up to now, I haven't seen anything come forward into that regard what he's.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Yeah, and I want to know what's really going on because, there's nothing coming against this guy without this thing, but they have the evidence against him, but they just allow him to go forward all the time. That's my point.
All right.
That's my point.
Good.
Okay. See what we can.
Yeah. So the point I was trying to finish is that long before the sanctions actually came, the Mohammeds knew that it was coming. Before the sanction came, they hired people to communicate with the power brokers in the US to prevent the sanctions from coming. Hello, you're onto the program.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, you're onto the program.
Yes, I listened to the callers, and you look at the Israeli today, Mohammed's rally today, and it causes someone to think the groundwork that he's laid. Number one was benevolent. He was benevolent. He is benevolent. But on the other hand, he used that benevolence to structure his political movement. And he structured his political movement in such a way to tell the people what the people likes to hear. I listened to his short speech at Linden, and what he was saying to these people, all about the freeness. Now, that is what people want to hear. That is what these politicians are going around telling the people, that they could get $1 million a year from for oil funds. Some saying you could get so much $100,000 a month. Some saying that you could get free housing, free this. So I tell you something. The sections that were with him, the section that was with him today, and I'm glad that they could hear me. Every one of them wants freeness. And Mohammed will have to probably cook food, feed them on the beds, have them stop working, provide lots of free. Because I'll tell you something. If he cannot provide the freeness that he's promising these people, he in trouble. He in trouble. So that is why you see his campaign has numbers. You look at the PPP. Kitty Market, the PP spoke on policies. You look at him today, when the press was against him, press asked him some questions today. Then you realize that
this man is approaching the seat of presidency, and it's clearly showing that Mohamed Azruddin is approaching this presidential seat so his gains can be taken care of. Thinking about OFAC and sanctions and so on, he seems to be unconcerned, but these things have repercussions.
All right.
The list that went there today at GCOM, more is going to be followed. And you see the FBI's and the police from Miami-Dade to being Guyana. Oh, well, be careful. And according to legality, all his votes at GCOM could be null and void. Be careful. Be careful. They can allow him to vote right through the system. They can allow him to vote right through the system. But on that day when that vote could be counted, his votes could be declared null and void because of the sanctions that are against him. So
we are not sure that to fact check that we're not sure that is so. That we're not sure that that's what the law says.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. All right, good. Thanks.
Good.
Not sure about that.
I do not know of any law that could null and void a vote that is already, that's counted and that shows an X on behalf of a particular party.
Yeah, you have a call.
Good evening. You're on to the program.
Hello?
Where's Nanga? Good evening. You're on to the program. Good evening.
Hey, good night, Freddie. Good night, Leonard.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, hats off, Freddie. Hats off to you for calling AFC dead meat 5 years ago. Your prediction is on point. I felt sorry for Nigel today. He looks like a little boy. He needed the support like his oil expert, the guy from the US. The other one on the foreign policy, the one who always talking about back channels. I didn't see the support demand today. He needed them. No, with the Mohammed guy, his policy maker or his campaign manager guy, Freddie, he signed a letter in the paper, in the Starbuck News, asking for shutting down the oil production in Guyana. I don't know if you can remember.
Which guy is that?
Which guy is that?
The Kissoon guy.
Oh, yes. He wrote a letter on December the 13th, 2022. Vidyati Kissoon is...
So he's campaign manager for...
He's campaign manager for
Azruddin?
For Azruddin? Hello, sir? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah,
Hello?
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, Freddie. I don't want to put you in problem, but...
Vidyati Kissoon.
Hello?
So, are you hearing us?
No, not yet. Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
It's Vidyati Kissoon with...
No, the other Kissoon guy, man.
Which other Kissoon?
He has a campaign guy there from the US.
Was he Freddie Kissoon?
No, not Freddie Kissoon, man.
There's a guy.
Sugrim, sorry.
Sugrim guy. Sugrim.
Yeah,
Charles
he
Sugrim.
signed a letter. Yeah, to call a halt on the production.
The letter that was written on December the 13th, 2022. His name is not in that letter.
No, there's another one. They're from the oil and gas. Overseas
oil and gas network.
Yeah. ONG or something. NNG or something.
Yeah, OGGN.
No, then he has this lady that had a problem with Nigel Damlal in Parliament. But there's some pictures going around on the underworld on the internet with this as
We have a bad
Had
connection.
a chance to look at those pictures.
Hello? We have a bad connection, so we gotta go. We gotta go with this. We gotta move on. That's a bad connection.
Yeah. Any comment, Freddie?
No, the thing I wanted to talk about is that guy said based on the votes that they get when the FBI investigate Azruddin.
Yeah.
Those I don't think there's any law to that.
Right.
No, there's no law. You got a call.
Mm-hmm. Hello. You're onto the program. You're onto the program.
Oh, pleasant good night to Brother Freddie Kissoon and to you, Brother Leonard.
Yeah, good.
But today was a good day, you know. The irony, excitement, and the nomination day was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So the campaign, I'm looking forward for the campaign to be just as exciting with no untoward issues, no violence or anything, but exciting campaigning, and the election will go the same way, just as how the nomination day went today. But Leonard, you was a ASC, and I wanna make a contribution about the ASC. I am not disappointed what happened to the ASC today, leading up and today. The ASC would have caused the previous administration to be kicked out of government. They would have performed a treachery to the government, and knowing to the fact that they would have what they would have done to the government that caused the downfall of the government, and then when they return now,
I don't agree with that statement, right? But just continue. Just tell me I don't agree.
This is my view, sir. This is my opinion, sir.
Go ahead.
Remember, I voted for the last government. I'm from Borabis.
Yeah, that's all.
I never tell Chandas who represented me. It's my vote put Chandas in Parliament. He was representing me. I never asked him to vote the other way around. He's there with people vote the sugar waters, never vote for Apno. So he can't go in there and start keeping eyes about sugar workers. He got to represent the votes that put him in Parliament. Anyway, let's move on from that though. But the ASC having done that, coming back now in this era to negotiate with the APNO, knowing that what they would have done, they now coming now and want to bully the APNO for 65%, and then Nigeria uses them to say something while the negotiation was going on, when they commenced the negotiation. He would have made a statement that the negotiation is on life support. No, when you're going to start off talking, and then you're going to say that it is on life support. Well, it came and died because it's life support, it then recover. So what happened today to the ASC, I am not sorry. And when they go to the polls, they will be devastated because ASC should have realized the order they would have done to the to the coalition masses and try to redeem themselves. But no. So they would have let a rude awakening come election day.
All right.
Mr. Mohamed will become mentored. The AFC will be devastated because I didn't realize what they did to the coalition supporters. Good night.
All right. Thanks. Quickly, the reason I told that caller I did not agree with him, based on things that I know that happened in the government and the APNU-AFC relationship, APNU is equally culpable for Charandas's behavior as is AFC. Granger probably got the strongest rebuke that should be reserved for anybody who would have had some amount of responsibility, because Granger is the person who Granger is the person who failed to continue political dialogue where these parliamentarians had a say, where you could come and discuss the bills. Sometimes they got a bill to vote on and somebody just call you in the morning and say you go and vote, you don't got a say. And AFC people wanted a say. Good evening, sir. Right? And AFC people wanted or a little more AFC parliamentarians or a little more independent than their APNU counterpart. That is how APNU probably... Hi, good evening. You're onto the program.
Good night. Wait a second, I'm on.
Speak up, sir. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, speak up.
We're not hearing you clearly.
We're not hearing you clearly.
Wait a second, I'm on.
Right there. Who's there?
The CPP.
I
just want back CPP on J1. Never get nothing. I back him Mohammed and he's going to destroy them. A young fighter man, as a young man, they put the best football people in this country.
All right. Let's see where that goes.
Fanali's a young man too.
How young?
Fanali's just a couple years older than Azruddin Mohamed.
All right. Any other thing?
You might have to go far.
All right.
All right, sir. Okay. Good. We're winding down. We have we got a call.
I think this can be the last call.
No, we got 6 minutes more.
Hello.
How many minutes more?
Hi, good evening. You're onto the program.
Yes, good evening. I'll be very quick. My name is Mohammed. I'm calling from the U.S. I just want to make two comments. The first comment is on the gentleman who said that the Mohammeds were sanctioned after the Palestinians, the protests in favor of the Palestinians at the Coffee Square. That is incorrect. The Mohammeds knew of the sanctions. If you recall, the Mohammeds had invested over a couple $100 million on the Gas to Shore project, and they subsequently had to withdraw that
even before
investment.
The sanctions.
And that was way before the sanctions. That's when they knew that the sanctions were coming. They were forced to withdraw that because the U.S. government was not going to allow Exxon to do any business with the Mohammeds, because it would have been very difficult for Exxon to continue with the Mohammeds as a partner in that project. That's why they had to withdraw. The Mohammeds at the time made the excuse that it was because of Islamic law against interest. And that was just an excuse, because they knew of that. The law was there long before they made that investment. So they knew what was going to happen and what was going to come down. The second point I want to make, or the second issue I want to raise with you, gentlemen, been with you since the inception of your program. And I believe it's time you guys invest in a proper phone system where you can they call in and put the person on hold and wait, and just so you don't have the phone ringing in front of you for all the callers to hear at the same time. Thank you so much. Continue with your program. I enjoy it, and y'all have a good night, sir.
Okay.
That only happens, and that is unavoidable. You got a call here? That only happens when we have... Oh, yeah, you have a call.
Good evening. You're on to the show. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
I'm calling and I want to share my view a little bit. I see many manifestos that have been given out, and I want especially to address this to Freddie. Like the mandirs, the church, the mosque, why we still have to pay the light bill, why we still have to pay water rate. What?
The mandir, the mosque, and the church.
They have to pay.
They don't use water and light?
Yep. You saying you don't want, you saying that religious organizations should be exempted from lights and water?
Yeah, because we pray for the entire nation, we pray for everybody and every single thing. Why so much money being spent on so much other things, and why religious organization cannot have this?
Anything else, sir? You made the point. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, we're winding down. Let's see what else call we have. Any other call? Our time has come. I would like to
just wrap up.
I normally do this. I count from 1 to 10, and in between counting, if there's any call, we take it as the last call. So our time has come. Let's count from 1 to 10, and if there's any call, please take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got a call. We'll take this last call.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. I'm just listening to the program and just grasping some perspective about like how people really think, mentality-wise, education-wise, and I notice a huge difference in this election. Namely, I don't think that it will be race-related as the previous, because seeing the support that Mr. Mohamed has garnered, I would assume that it's mostly from the African constituents and mainly Amerindians. From my perspective, the Indo-Guyanese have always had a staunch support for their party. However, when I saw the footage yesterday, I was watching from my home in Bel Air, and we couldn't even get out of our community because of the support that they were having throughout the whole entire Kitty area. And so basically, I saw a wave of faces that reflected the Guyanese populace, which is our 6 races. And that made me really, really happy because as a born Guyanese, I voted twice. The first time I voted for PPP and I felt very disappointed. And the second time I voted when APNU had liaised with the PNC. Sorry.
AFC.
The AFC, sorry. The AFC had, and so why I did that was because at the time I felt like PPP was not moving forward. I'm of mixed descent. I am Chinese, Portuguese, East Indian, black and white. I don't have any native Indian heritage. But I'm a proud Guyanese, and I reflect that in the way that I look. And so it's never about race. It's always about who is best to run the country, who has the best policies, who, support youth development, who I can see raising future leaders and have the know-how to do it. And I have to say that I had planned not to vote in this election and was like, I've given my vote to the PPP. They've disappointed me, and I moved over to APNU. And they was a massive disappointment. So I was so hurt by that I told myself I would never, ever vote in this country.
But now you'll vote.
But I have to say, I was sitting on the fence. But after listening and seeing and just doing my research,
You
and,
jump in the
you know,
yard.
my husband is kind of like, I'm taking you to vote with me on elections day, but I'm like, oh, I'm still uncertain. I have to listen to the manifestos and so on. But what I'm seeing a lot of drive. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling energized. It's really, give me new hope. I feel hopeful.
Okay.
The operator say we way beyond time. I'm curious. I'm just tantalizingly curious about seeing that you told me about the different ethnicities you have. I'm just an automatic curiosity. What ethnicity is your husband?
He's of East Indian descent.
So at least you have some connection to the Indian race.
Yes, but my husband never votes. He has voted both major parties as well. Okay. He always votes economic based because he's a businessman, and he always votes who is best for the economy. So everybody has like their own perspective on how they vote. But for me, I think that the Win Party is lacking intelligence. I don't want to be critical about this. I hate to do it, but I'm just saying that they're not looking at the reality of, based on geopolitics.
Our operators live far. They have to go. I hope we hear from you next Monday. Our next calling program. Take care. Bye-bye. That's it. We ran over time. The operators have to go home. It's after 10. Thanks for being with us. In case you did not hear last week, we have switched the Friday call-in to Monday to accommodate our co-host Leonard Craig because of his 7 days Adventist religion. We will have a guest on Wednesday. We will have a guest on Friday. And we have to continue a new format on this program called the Frederick Kissoon Dialogue, in which the two of us analyze the contents of Guyana. We will do that shortly. Thanks for being with us. See you on Wednesday on behalf of Leonard Craig and our operators. Whatever's left of Monday evening, enjoy it. Bye-bye. Catch you later.